Hello everyone, I'm Jessica Blackbird. Welcome to my channel. I have a story about Mark Wahlberg, one of my favorite actors. This is from his past, but it's something that I did not know about, and I thought about sharing it with you guys. So let's talk about it in the comments. Did you know about this, or is this new to you too? Don't forget, please like, share, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. See you guys in the comments. So I was just doing some digging around and I have found several famous celebrities who committed crimes in their past. The first one I'm going to talk about is Mark Wahlberg. We all knew him as Marky Mark from the Funky Bunch back in the day, and then he became Mark Wahlberg, the accomplished actor, model, body for days, you guys. So anyway, according to Daily Mail, Mark Wahlberg yelled obscenities at a Vietnamese man he left blinded in one eye during vicious 1980s assault, revealed as he asked to be pardoned. This article is from 2014, so it is going to refer to him as a 43-year-old back then. Mark Wahlberg is seeking a pardon from the state of Massachusetts for an assault he committed in 1988 that left a man blind in one eye. Wahlberg, now 43, served 45 days in prison and was tried as an adult, even though he was just 16 years old at the time. Documents show he called one of his victims a Vietnam effing S, and that he later chased a group of black children shouting, "Kill the N-word," but he used these vulgar terms, which I will not. The actor, who has always been vocal about his troubled past, is now a married father who attends church every day, which is why, you guys, I was so shocked to learn about this, because he just seems like, the perfect family man. And I guess he learned a lesson. He was only 16 years old when this charge was against him. And sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to change your life and see the error in your ways. So the article states Mark Wahlberg is seeking a pardon from the state of Massachusetts for a vicious, racially charged attack he committed as a teenager that left a man blind in one eye. Court documents reveal just how horrifying the 1988 attack was, including startling racial slurs he shouted at the victim and others. But the actor insists he is now a better person and citizen. Wahlberg, who served 45 days in jail after the assault, says his record continues to impact him and could prevent businesses such as restaurants that work with him from getting licenses. He insists he has come a long way since April 1988, when he attacked Than Lam with a 5-foot stick while yelling slurs at him in order to steal the 2 cases of beer he was carrying. Documents included in his pardon request show he called the Vietnamese immigrant a Vietnam effing S before striking him so hard that the stick broke in two and knocked Lam unconscious, according to the documents shared by the Smoking Gun. He then fled the scene and approached a second man, Ho Trinh, put his arm around his shoulder and asked him to help him hide. But once police passed, Wahlberg hit him, leaving him blind in one eye. When Boston cops tracked Wahlberg down and took him back to the scene of the assault outside a convenience store in Dorchester, he told officers, "You don't have to let him identify me. I'll tell you now, that's the MRFer whose head I split open, the documents show. Authorities wrote that he also made numerous unsolicited racial statements about, I'm not saying those words, you guys, but he referred to the shape of their eyes. In his plea, Wahlberg said that he was under the influence of alcohol and drugs at the time. From later accounts of the incident, it is my understanding that I may have caused serious injuries to the men, he wrote. Other documents show that in an earlier attack in Dorchester, he and two friends saw a group of black siblings and chased them. We don't like black N-words in the area, so get the F away from the area, the boys shouted at the group, according to the documents. Then they chased the boys, shouting, kill the N-word, kill the N-word. The following day, the group encountered one of the boys again and threw rocks at him. One of the rocks thrown by Wahlberg and one of his friends hit a nearby girl. The trio caused a high level of anxiety, fear, and intimidation, the document said. Though he was then only 16 at the time of the 1988 attack, he was charged as an adult and convicted of assault. According to NECN, the initial charge was attempted murder. After emerging from prison, Wahlberg went on to find success in music with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch and as a Calvin Klein model. But it was his appearance in the 1996 film Boogie Nights that really changed things, catapulting Wahlberg into the critically acclaimed box office juggernaut that he is today. This article was in 2014, and he is still a box office juggernaut, which I'm so happy that he changed his life. I am deeply sorry for the actions that I took on the night of April 8th, 1988, as well as for any lasting damage that I may have caused the victims, Wahlberg wrote in the pardon application. Since that time, I have dedicated myself to becoming a better person and citizen so that I can be a role model to my children and others. He devotes much of his time and a large amount of his money to various charities, including the Mark Wahlberg Youth Foundation and the Dorchester Boys and Girls Club. He is also a family man now, married to former model Rhea Derman and the father of 4 children. I think he has more children now. And attends church daily. The Board of Pardons will investigate the petition to decide if it warrants a hearing before it is recommended to the governor, who by that time will be the recently elected Charlie Baker. And while erasing the past is important, Wahlberg points out that he still talks about what he did to show how much a person can change. But he said that as a convicted criminal, there are still some things he cannot do, and for that he needs a pardon, including working with law enforcement to help at-risk youth. In the end, however, it is about showing his growth. The more complex answer is that receiving a pardon would be a formal recognition that I am not the same person that I was on the night of April 8th, 1988, Wahlberg explained. It would be formal recognition that someone like me can receive official public redemption if he devotes himself to personal improvement and a life of good works. So, in another article from 2016, Mark Wahlberg's request for a pardon for the assault on the Vietnamese men, he withdrew his request for the pardon. But this is what the article says. The parole board sent out letters in January. This is from 2016, asking for petitioners to indicate whether they were interested in keeping their petition open or not. The spokesman said. The letter requested a response within 90 days or the petition would be deemed administratively closed. The parole board did not receive a response from Mark Wahlberg or a legal representative. The lack of response was effectively considered a withdrawal of the petition. In another article I read where he had regrets about asking for the pardon. And this specific article is from ET. The conviction, once again, stems from when he was 16 years old, high and drunk, and he attacked the two Vietnamese men because he wanted to steal 2 cases of beer. So the article goes on. One person that had already pardoned Wahlberg was the victim of the attack, Trinh. While it was thought that the 59-year-old went blind in one eye due to being beat up by Wahlberg, Trinh told London's Daily Mail that he lost vision after fighting in the Vietnam War. So Mark Wahlberg was blamed for blinding this man in one of his eyes. But years later, it came out that he lost his vision after fighting in the Vietnam War. And here's a quote from Mr. Trinh. I would like to see him get a pardon. He should not have the crime hanging over him any longer, he told the publication's website in 2014. He paid for his crime when he went to prison. I am not saying that it did not hurt when he punched me in the face, but it was a long time ago. So the crime happened in '88. He requested the pardon in 2014, and this man made the statement about losing his sight to the war. He made this statement in 2014. So E.T. caught up with Wahlberg 1 month after he had first filed the petition back in 2014 at the Gambler premiere, where the 2-time Oscar nominee told us that he'd been trying to rectify the crime since it happened. I've been working since the day I woke up sober and realized the mistake I made to correct that mistake, and it's been 27 years in the making, Wahlberg said. The Deepwater Horizon actor received some backlash for the petition, with many alleging he was using his celebrity status to wipe his record clean. However, he strongly denied that claim to ET. I never tried to use my celebrity as a tool. I'm working to be the person I need to be, working hard every day to be a good husband, a good father, and a good role model to kids who are growing up in situations like mine. While Wahlberg has not publicly spoken out yet since his pardon was dismissed, the 45-year-old husband and father of 4 will most likely not be deterred from his overall intentions, regardless if I'm granted a pardon or not. I will continue to work every day to be a better person. That was the goal, Wahlberg said. So this was very, very interesting. I learned something new, and I'm going to try to do one of these at least every other day of a celebrity that I didn't know had a past like this. So I hope you guys check in every now and then to see who's next. But I'm so happy that Mark Wahlberg turned out to be the man that he is. And, you know, he grew out of whatever was going on with him in those days. And sometimes when you're young, even if you don't have those certain feelings about people who are different than you are, being with your peers who may have those racist feelings, you know, things rub off and kids want to be cool and they do stupid things that they will regret for the rest of their lives. And so it seems that, well, it doesn't just seem, he did get his life together and he's never harmed another person. So even though he has this past, He's one person that we can say has changed and changed for the better. Let me know what you guys think about this story. And did you know this was in his past? Let's talk about it. See you in the comments.